Hello guys, welcome back to the Do It Right Tech channel where I take you through everything tech, and in today's video we are delving into some of the biggest gallery, camera, recorder and gaming updates that Samsung quietly added inside One UI 8.5. Now if you haven't watched part 1 and part 2 yet, which are the videos preceding this and even the one before these two, which delved into all the wallpaper related upgrades, check the top right corner here under the playlist after the video, because we have already covered the visual updates and the productivity features that came with the updates. But today we are focusing on the media, editing, gaming and camera features that honestly make Samsung feel way more powerful. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into the video. But don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. On that note, let's go. When we're in camera, there's a setting that most of us don't even realize, that when you come here into settings right there and we come into photo format, often is set to high efficiency pictures. You never realize that's a problem unless you go to send a file form on WhatsApp to somebody, and that's when you find out that they cannot even view that file. Here it says that save space by capturing photo mode pictures in high efficiency image format. Some apps and websites don't support the picture format, so if your image is even in this format, which are probably some of your old images, Samsung actually put inside the gallery application the option to be able to convert those images into JPEG, and let me show you how. So with this setting turned on, meaning the format of the image being shot is the HEIF like this, when you come inside your Samsung gallery, you would find the image. You tap on these three dots up here and you get the option to immediately convert from HEIF to JPEG. Once you tap on it, you've now got two images there. The first one here is the JPEG format, and the next one here is the original format that was shot in, which is small in size. If you didn't know this feature, I'm glad I'm able to show you. Let's go. Now, speaking of the gallery, did you see the complete overhaul when we entered? Everything has changed. Previously, as you can see in the corner here, we had the names of the albums sitting underneath it, creating bigger spaces between the albums. But now it's right on top of it. It doesn't even just end there. Now, if you look at the base here, which you can also see there, you can see that the options we had below are currently in this bubble looking shape. It doesn't end there. Previously, I believe we had stories. You can see it there. Now we've got collections. And if you go into collection, you're greeted with stories on top. And when you scroll down, you get the screenshot options that are on top of screenshots inside the screenshots folder. And then as you go down, you're greeted with often what you would see as searches. When you tap edit collection, you get a few collections that are inside the collection space, which are stories like we saw, screenshots like we saw, to people, location and documents. But as we go on, I'm going to show you how Samsung has made it possible to see more of those, to add more to these. All right, so that's not the only revamp. Now when you tap on menu, previously we did not have the private album here unless we had gone into Gallery Labs and brought it in. Now it comes already inside it, which is good. Next, we've got Studio here, where you can tap on and immediately greeted with this space, you can do your editing. So you start a new one, select whichever images you want, and then hit on Done. And then you're greeted with an editing space where you're able to edit similar to CapCut and the others. All right. It doesn't end there, because now still whilst here, you're greeted with a new shot type, which once you tap on, you're able to see different styles of shots that you have in your phone. So videos are separate, selfies similar, portrait, scans, portrait videos, and the list goes on. Even GIFs and best shots have now their own categories. So if you remember how you shot the video or the photo, you would easily be able to locate that video or photo. If you didn't know this, I'm glad I was able to show you, but hold on, it gets way better. Now when you select a couple of images from inside your gallery, now when you tap on the more option, you get the ability to go directly into Gallery Assist, which is a way Samsung has now tied the gallery into the Gallery Assist. Now, for those who don't know what the Gallery Assist is, it is a good luck application that allows you to edit in masses, and it includes a lot. Let me show you quickly. To go there, you're going to go into the good luck application, scroll down till you find the Gallery Assistant. Tap on it, and you're going to see the option to reduce image size, rotate and flip those images, crop the main subjects from those images, add watermarks to those images, compare some of these images, have them as saved PDFs, print them, or even the option to edit them to greater extent inside the Enhance X. So now when you selected several images inside your gallery and tap on more, you get the option to select that option. And immediately you're inside the gallery assist where you can select, for example, to rotate all of them. They come there and you flip them or rotate them the angle you want. They all get that effect, and then you can save or copy. If you didn't know this, I'm glad I was able to show you. Moving on. So Samsung quietly added smarter search organization inside the gallery labs. It's a new feature, and let me show you. So you're going to tap on the gallery, and once you're inside, you remember these collections I told you about. Edit collections. These are what we've got. But now when you go into menu and then go into settings and scroll all the way down and you get into the gallery labs, inside here you get greeted with the first option, which is a new one. You select this option and you get the ability to add activities as part of the categories, shorts type as part of the categories, and my tags. Then you hit OK. Now you want to close the gallery application and get back inside. Now when you're back inside it, you're going to see a separate option here, which is shorts type. So on the shorts type, you're going to see all the shorts that we spoke about inside the menu, and activities also, whether they were edited by AI or edited on their own. And if you come here into edit collection, you're going to see the 3 added new ones. These are extra ones added by Samsung inside, which makes gallery searching way more advanced. If you didn't know this, I'm glad I was able to show you. Moving on. Now, previously, every time you edited an image using the AI feature, you usually had to save the first edit before you could continue. But now, Samsung allows you to continue AI editing as long as you want. And while at that, also gives you the ability to check the history of the edits, to go back into previous edits if you've made any mistake you want to correct. Let me show you. So now, when you have an image like this and you want to edit it using AI, usually you're going to hit on this AI tool like that. Samsung is currently embedded inside it, its Creative Studio. So now when you're in here, you can see the eraser tool, which allows you to circle items you want to remove and then erase them from there by hitting erase like that. All right. You could save it or hit on keep editing, which is an amazing feature because you have the pre-existing one, but you continuing your edit. So now we have the vapor here. Selecting the eraser tool, I'm just going to draw around the vapor, and then it's been selected. I can erase that also as a separate eraser. So that is gone in the second edit. We can tap on keep editing. Now here we could also come again into create and then give a prompt that should continue the editing. Change the scene to a night scene. And we can hit on generate. All right, now we have a night scene. We can keep editing. Then we could change the style even from this style to retro or to pop star or to watercolor to oil painting to anime to whichever one we want that are listed here. If you want more, you can tap on more. They're all going to just lift up and you pick the one you want. In this example, we're just going to pick sci-fi and then generate. So that's a sci-fi style, but it doesn't end there. We can keep editing, and then under create, instead of using text, we could also draw. So we can select the drawing tool and we can draw. So we're going to draw something like a cat. All right, just something, and ask it to generate. All right, so it generated something like a cat right there. Now we can keep editing, but when we want to go back to check previous edits, we can always select the history icon over there by tapping on it, and we're going to see all the edits that we went through. So the first one here is the original one. We can see here the erasing, then the text prompts added to change it to night, the style change, and then the sketch change. Whichever one we want to go back to and play with, we can select that one. And once we are inside, we could use a prompt to continue or go back, pick from wherever we want and continue. So this is an addition that I believe is a game changer. If you didn't know this, I'm glad I was able to show you. Moving on. Now I want to just quickly talk about overhauls that have been done in the updates. So if we come into the recorder, we can see a complete overhaul that has been done. Now the recorder looks like this. It's beautiful. No tweaks or changes that I saw, but just the complete overhaul of the look is what I believe is fun to see. Now when you go to record, you're going to see the louder your voice is, the bigger this glow that you see here. So if we shout, hello, we're going to see a bigger glow here. If we stop and we're quiet, we see it shrinking around the button, and we see this nice representation of the voice also there. So basically, this is one of the overhauls. Let's go in, I'll show you more. It's not only there, but now when you come into the app drawer, instead of having the search as a bar, now you get it as this bubble that you can tap on to interact with. It's not the only place that has an overhaul. Also, now if we come into settings also, we see a slight change when we connect to our buds. We can see that now it's completely different. Previously, it looked like a part of all these, but now it's completely separate and different. So that's also one of the changes. And also the search bar here has also changed. So this portion is just me showing you few places that have gotten an overhaul. And also when we come down here, we can see that we no more have it as Google, we only have it as Google service. So in this session, I'm just showing you some overhauls that they've done that are worth noting. If you didn't know this, I'm glad I was able to show you. Moving on. Now, after the One UI 8.5, some camera features seem to have disappeared. And when you come into the camera right now and you scroll through and come to more, you'd find out that 2 of them are missing. You do not find them inside here either. They are completely gone. But let me show you. Samsung simply moved them from here into the camera assist, and let me show you. If you don't know what the camera assist is, it is actually a model of the Good Lock application that pertains to the camera. So to get there, this is what you're going to do. Either you go into the Good Lock application, scroll down and look for camera assist, or while you're inside the camera, you want to tap on these 4 dots, go into settings and scroll all the way down till you find the camera assistant. Then you tap on it. Then you scroll all the way down until you find the single take and the dual recording. When you tap on these 2, now when you are inside your camera and you go into more, you're going to find them there, and now you can pick and add them down. If you didn't know this, I'm glad I was able to show you. Moving on. Now, Samsung quietly upgraded gaming control massively, especially for people who take mobile gaming seriously. Inside the Game Booster, which is found in the Good Lock application, by tapping on this and then coming to the Game Booster Plus here. Inside here, you can now adjust the CPU and GPU strength for particular games. So now when you come into the CPU and GPU settings, you can pick particular games like that and go into CPU, set it to maximum or minimum. GPU, do same. So you determine which of your games when you're playing, you need full power to them. All right. Also scrolling down, you get the ability to determine how the texture of your whole gameplay is and more. It doesn't end there. Also, you get to control your touch mapping. So previously you could do key mapping, but now you have a touch mapping system where you can select a game and map it for particular game controller keys to allow gaming to go on as fluid as possible. It doesn't end there. You also get the option to now fast forward the game introduction. Once you go here, you're able to select that, and it applies across all your games and doesn't waste your time when now you're going to play your games. Meaning now Samsung now gives away more control over gaming performance directly on your phone. So if you didn't know all these, I'm glad I was able to show you. And that right there is the part 3 of the biggest One UI 8.5 updates Samsung quietly added. Between part 1, 2 and this video, Samsung honestly changed a lot more than users realize. So if you missed the earlier video, definitely check the card up there on the top right corner, as I have a playlist containing all of them. And let me know in the comment section which of these One UI updates or features surprised you the most. But without wasting much time, don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. On that note, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.